Hi there. If you've been recently diagnosed as a diabetic and are having difficulty with cravings for foods you should not be eating, I want to help you with a process, a technique to help you get over those cravings so that you can begin to eat proper healthy foods to keep your diabetes more under control. So what I want you to do is I want you to either, hopefully if you have the actual item that you crave the most there with you, I want you to hold that in your hand. And if not, I want you to imagine you have it there. But you can always, if you don't get enough from this video, you can always go and get that thing that you crave the most and have it there and do this video. But I'm going to say I imagine this here, but you can have whatever it is in your hand at the same time. So to get the most full experience from doing this EFT standing for Emotional Freedom Technique. If you want to learn more about EFT, look it up on the internet. But for our purposes, we're just going to get stuck in, dive in, do this, and hopefully help you get rid of those cravings. So what I want you to do is, I want you to have that item or imagine that item in your hand, whichever hand you like. And notice the texture, what it feels like. And notice what it smells like, of course. What color is it? Now, if it's a drink, it can be in a container. That doesn't matter. The same things apply. Smell, color, feel, texture. Take a good look at that thing that you've been craving. Okay. So a craving is just a learned response of having something and enjoying it through your life. You were never born craving anything like this. So that means you can actually change that in some way. Wipe the slate clean as if you never tasted that before. And that's what we want to do here. So now that you have that craving going, I want you to measure that craving 0 to 10, 10 being as high as you have that craving. Now some people just go 10. What I want is that little voice in your head that nags you sometimes. That little voice to go, that number. Because that's the part of you that we want to work with. That inner voice. That's where that craving comes from. So what number 0 to 10 have you got for that craving? Okay. Now with that number, I want you to just follow along with me and hopefully you'll get results. Start tapping here on the side of your hand and say after me, just because I have that craving, I'm okay. Just because I have that craving, I'm okay. Just because I have that craving, I'm okay. I know this looks a little silly, but trust me, I've done this plenty of times, one-to-one with people. And I want you to feel like it's one-to-one, just me and you here. And we're working on that craving for you. That number of craving, 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 that number of craving. Take a deep breath in and release all that now. Okay, so take that or imagine it again. Imagine smelling it or smell it. Feel it. Look at it. 0 to 10, what remaining craving have you got for that? Okay, so here we go again. Just because I have that number of remaining craving, I'm okay. Just because I have that number of remaining craving, I'm okay. Just because I have that number of remaining craving, I'm okay. That number of remaining craving, 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 that number of remaining craving. Take a deep breath in again. And release that now. So here we are. And there it is. Look at it. Feel it. Smell it. What's changed? Has anything changed? So what number remains of craving for that? 0 to 10? Our last time. Just because I have that little bit of craving remaining, I'm okay. Just because I have that little bit of craving remaining, I'm okay. Just because I have that little bit of craving remaining, I'm okay. That little bit of craving remaining, 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 that little bit of craving remaining. Now, these two fingers, little finger, ring finger, then in between here, and tap there. That little bit of a craving remaining. Take a deep breath in. And release all that now. Look at that. How much do you want that? How much do you need that? How much do you crave that? Very good. I hope this video has been helpful. You can always go back and do it again if you hadn't got that item, or if you have multiple items, one at a time, perhaps on different days. But it's worth a try to help you to take more control over your eating habits so you stay healthy.